The Ontario government is scrapping a hiring process that gives preference to supply teachers with the most seniority. The education minister says Regulation 274 will be temporarily replaced by a new hiring policy until Christmas. Manisa Danabalan has the details.
The new hiring policy goes into effect starting October 29.
Teacher hiring in Ontario will now be dictated by merit, diversity, and the unique needs of schools and communities within our province over seniority.
Stephen Lecce says the new process will allow for more diversity in teachers and eliminate nepotism.
The issue isn't our educators. It's the system of hiring. A system that rewards union seniority over one's merit.
But the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation has always opposed it, and they fear it'll do the opposite.
We are likely to see a return to the kind of nepotism that we had in the past. The whole reason Regulation 274 was brought in the first place was because we weren't seeing the best people hired for jobs. We were seeing those who were related to administrators, that sort of thing being hired.
The regulation has been in place for nearly a decade, and even though the Ford government's move to eliminate it isn't new, Lecce says it's happening now to easily hire with a high demand for teachers during the pandemic.
One of the consistent refrains I hear from principals and school boards over the past weeks is that this regulation, more than it ever did, is impeding the ability to swiftly hire.
But the OSSTF says
there's simply no connection between the regulation and the supposed shortage of vocational teachers. And in fact, I've only really seen that shortage in a limited number of typically smaller centers.
The Ontario Public School Boards Association tweeted saying this is good news and it's been a priority for them. But the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario says the education minister's action today creates further chaos in public schools. School boards will have time from the end of October to Christmas to come up with a new policy that follows the province's guidelines for hiring practices. Manisa Danabalan, CHCH News.